Hey there, English speakers, and welcome to another very special episode of the More Than English podcast. I am your host and teacher, Jesse, and I want to help you take your English to the next level. And we're going to do that by looking at a song today. And we're going to break down a song. We're going to look at a little bit of background context, and we're going to look at useful expressions and vocabulary you're going to learn, the story and the metaphors, the story that's told deep in the song. We're going to go deep today. And we're going to look at some pronunciation and some expressions that will really help your English fluency. But first, welcome. And wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on Spotify or iTunes, I encourage you to subscribe there and give us a rating if we helped you. And let me know. And I'm also streaming live. If you're listening in the podcast, and you're obviously not listening live, but I'm streaming live in our YouTube group. So if you're not a member of the More Than English YouTube group, let me know and we will get you an invitation there. So you can kind of have a video to go with it. I'm also going to post this on YouTube, youtube.com/Swede Academy. So let's get into it. We're going to be looking at a song by a singer-songwriter called Neil Young. This song is from the 1970s. It's from 1972. And I'm looking at the Wikipedia page now. And let's just go through this and look at this page before. As I said, if you want the video version, I'll post the video version of this on the YouTube channel, right? But here we go. The background of the song. This song, by the way, the song title is called Old Man. Old Man. If you don't know it by the title, maybe once we listen, you will think, oh, that song sounds familiar, right? But so this song was written for the caretaker of the North California Broken Arrow Ranch, which Neil Young purchased for $350,000 in 1970. The song compares a young man's life to an old man's and shows that the young man has, to some extent, the same needs as the old one, right? So we all have the same needs. We all are at the core the same, right? We're all the same. Whatever country you come from, your background, you and I, we're the same. We have the same needs, the same desires, the same wants. We want a good life, right? For us and those around us, hopefully. And so looking at this, Young introduces the song as follows. As follows. That's a good expression to learn because you might hear it in writing or read it in writing. About that time when I wrote Heart of Gold, I was touring. I had also just, been a rich hippie for the first time. I had purchased a ranch and I still live there today. And there was a couple living on that ranch that were caretakers. An old gentleman named Louis Avila and his wife Clara. And there was this old blue Jeep there. And Louis took me for a ride in his blue Jeep. He gets me up there on the top side of the place. And there's this lake up there that fed all the pastures. And he says, well, tell me, how does a young man like yourself have enough money to buy a place like this? And I said, well, just lucky, Louis. Just real lucky. And he said, well, that's the darndest thing I ever heard. The darndest thing. That's a nice way to say, like, I can't believe. That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard. That's the darndest thing I ever heard. So I wrote this song for him. What a nice story. He wrote the song for the caretaker of his ranch. And so we're going to look here at the lyrics. And we're going to examine and we're going to play the song Old Man by Neil Young from 1972. And if you're on the stream, I hope you can hear this.
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
So he says, old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Look at the grammar here. Don't study the grammar, but notice the grammar. Old man, look at my life. Look at. Those go together. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. I am present, a lot like you were. So we want to break this down. If you're writing in your notes, I'm a lot like you were. You could chunk those together. I'm a lot like you were. There are three parts there. I'm a lot like you were. Right? Let's listen again.
Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Old man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more.
Old man, look at my life. And by the way, follow along if you're listening, right? Follow along with your mouth. Say these two. Old man, look at my life. Look at my life. Old man, look at my life. 24, that's the age. That's his age in this case, if you didn't know that. 24, and there's so much more. 24, and there's so much more. You see how those blend together. 24, and there's so much more. 24, and there's so much more.
Look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two.
Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. That is deep. Listen to that. Live alone in a paradise. Live alone. Follow me in the pronunciation. Live alone in a paradise. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two. That makes me think of two. What could he mean by that makes me think of two? Comment below. That makes me think of two. I think, look at that contrast. Live alone in a paradise that makes me think of two, right? I'm living alone in a paradise, but I'm thinking of two. I'm alone, but I need a partner, right? That's what I think. What do you think?
In a paradise that makes me think of two.
This may be a bad lyric video. It may have been, it makes me think of you. I think it might be that, but let's see.
Love lost, such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost.
Love lost, such a cost. A cost, if something costs you, it's something you have to pay, something you have to give, right? It costs you. Maybe a mobile phone might cost you a couple $100. To take an English course might cost you have to pay this, right? To buy dinner, it costs you have to pay, right? Love lost, such a cost. When you love somebody, there's a cost to everything, right? Give me things that don't get lost. Give me things that don't get lost. Love lost such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost. Let's sing it again.
Such a cost to love lost, such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you.
I want to highlight the pronunciation here, right? We have lost, love lost, such a cost. Give me things that don't get lost, right? Lost, cost, lost again. But, and then next, like a coin that won't get tossed. Tossed, if you're not looking at the lyric video. Tossed, that S-E-D, it sounds like T, tossed. Same thing, kiss. The past tense of kiss, kissed, right? It sounds like a K. I missed you, missed, with a T. Even though it's ED, it sounds like a T. Like a coin that won't get tossed. Tossed means throw. To toss means throw, right? Like a coin that won't get tossed. Rolling home to you. So beautiful. So beautiful.
Give me things that don't get lost, like a coin that won't get tossed, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you.
By the way, notice here, he doesn't say, old man, look at my life. He says, old man, take a look at my life. Take a look at my life. Take a look at this. This is a nice expression to put in your notes organizer. Any of my students, you know about your notes organizer, right? So, Bushra, you can hear it. Perfect. You know about the notes organizer, right? Put this, take a look at, put that in your notes organizer as an expression. Take a look at this. Take a look at this photo. It's kind of a friendly way to say look at, right? Old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. There we go.
My life. Oh man, take a look at my life, I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through.
I need someone to love me the whole day through. I need someone to love me the whole day through. The whole day through, not really important to learn to use, but it's good to learn to, because in case you hear it. Like the whole day through, the whole class through. You probably won't need to use this at all, but you'll probably hear it in your English life, right? So the whole day through, it means the entire day.
The whole day through. One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town.
Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Lullabies are songs that you sing to babies, right? To put them to sleep. Rock a baby on the treetop, right? The lullabies that, like, when you're singing a bit to a baby so they can go to sleep, those are called lullabies. Lullabies. You decide for yourself if that's an important song to, or an important word to learn. If it's important to you, if you have babies, if you know people with babies, if you're a teacher of young children, it might be good to learn. Put that in your notes organizer. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Lullabies, look in your eyes, run around the same old town. Run around is just go around the town.
In your eyes, run around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you.
Doesn't mean that much to me. If something doesn't mean that much to you, it doesn't mean that much to you, it doesn't mean that much to me, meaning it's not that important, right? It doesn't mean that much to me to mean that much to you. The layers there. The layers. Neil Young, stop it. Doesn't mean that much to me to mean that much to you. Think about that. I'm not going to tell you what this means because really, I'm not the writer here. I'm not the creator. What does that mean to you? This is art. What does it mean to you? Doesn't mean that much to me. Doesn't mean that much to you. No, doesn't mean that much to me to mean that much to you. Strong, powerful.
To me, on the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, to mean that much to you. I've been first and last. Look at how the time goes past. But I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you.
I've been first and last. There's some grammar for you grammar people that like to study grammar. I've been first and last in the past, in my life, in the past, present perfect, because it's general in the past. I've been first and last. Look at how the time goes past. Look at how, that's a nice expression together. Look at how the time goes past. Look at how the time goes past. Look at how the time goes past. Look at how that works. It's kind of like, look at how something is like observing something, right? Observing something. You're observing something. Look at how that happens. Look at how when you do this, that happens, right? Look at how. It's observing an action and a consequence usually. It's observing something. Look at how this happens. Look at how they do that. Look at how the time goes past. The time goes past. The time goes by, right? And you could say the time goes by, but he wanted to use a rhyme. A rhyme. You see, I've been first and last. Look at how the time goes past. You see that? That's poetry. He's rhyming there, right? So you could say, look at how the time goes by. But that's not poetry. That's not rhyming. You see how we're playing with words. You see how English doesn't fit in a box. Does that make sense?
Look at how the time goes past, but I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you.
I'm all alone at last. At last is like finally, in the end, right? I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Beautiful. One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. And you can tell. One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true. one look in their eyes, one look at a sunset, and you can tell that, I don't know, it's round. We're not flat. One look in my eyes and you can tell I'm sincere. One look in my eyes, right? You see that? Write this in your notes organizer, either in old expressions or new expressions or ones you're going to use. I'm really walking you through how to use your notes organizer. And you can tell that's true. And you can tell, meaning you can see, you can notice, you know something by looking at it, right? One look in my eyes and you can tell that's true.
Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you
were. Awesome. So that's it for this song. This was Old Man by Neil Young. If you want to search it, then the information will be in the description. You can search it. You can listen along with this. And then I suggest study this lesson again. Follow me. Write your words in the notes organizer that I will. Well, if you need a copy of the notes organizer, then let me know and I'll get you one. And it's just, I have videos where I've explained it. You organize your notes in 4 sections: old words that you knew, but you want a refresher; new words that you didn't know that are new; questions for me or for a group or for a teacher; and words and expressions that you will use. These are ones that are very important or that sound like you or you really like. So use these, take these, and learn from this song. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the More Than English podcast. Thank you. Let me know if you like this, right? Reach out on Facebook. Reach out on Twitter at Sweet Academy, Instagram. Reach out to me and let me know what other songs would you like me to do? I like to do classics. I like to do songs with stories, but also ones that you can learn language with. And if you like this style, I'll do more. And if they really help, then this is what I want. If you like it and it helps, then I'll do more. All right. Other than that, thank you for joining me for this episode of the More Than English podcast. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being with me. Let me know if you have any questions. And also visit Sweet Academy if you'd like to see if I can take your English to the next level. If you have a specific objective that you need to improve your English for your job, professionally, personally, I focus on people and I help improve English speaking confidence and fluency by looking at how we use the real language in a real life, and we customize your language for you and help you sound like you. You don't want to sound like a book. You don't want to sound like a recorder. You don't want to sound like me. You want to sound like you. And that's what I help you with. I help you communicate your message the way you want. So let me know if that sounds something like you want. Let me know. Other than that, I've taken enough of your time. Thank you for joining me. Keep teaching, keep learning. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.